Good day, folks. My name is MUGGZIE. I'm narrating this audio and video on behalf of Fact. Today's subject is MALDEK. MALDEK was once a great planet in our solar system, but waves of war broke out and MALDEK was destroyed. The asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter is all that remains of this planet. The existence of a planet between Mars and Jupiter has long been predicted by Johann Titus and was examined at that time based on the numerical progression of distances between planets. Astronomers began searching for the missing planet and found an asteroid belt instead. About 95% of the thousands of asteroids or small planets that have been discovered in our solar system since then and are part of a main asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. George Hunt Williamson named the fifth planet MALDEK in his UFO writings. I refer here to Fred Bound's theory of the origin of Pluto. Between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter there is a belt of more than 2,000 asteroids, from the size of small pebbles to massive rock masses, some being about 500 miles across. He also said most astronomers believe that they are remnants of a planet that once existed but somehow disintegrated. The mass of this mysterious planet is about 1.5 times the mass of the Earth, he said. Now, if the mass of all the asteroids add up, they make just over a tenth of the Earth's mass, or, of course, this is only an estimate. However, if all the moons and asteroids and Pluto were added together, the total mass would be about 1 times that of Earth. Could Pluto be part of this mysterious planet that has disintegrated? Also the moons of all the other planets? That the moon was one of the largest remnants of MALDEK. In fact, a trip to the moon in 1969 could be described as a return to the crime scene. It is speculated that the farthest planet, Pluto, is not really a solar system planet, but an asteroid or spaceship trying to create a place for itself. Pluto has certain characteristics that indicate the planet or asteroid is not normal. With our current knowledge of astrophysics, there should be no planet at all. With the same knowledge, we know that there must be a planet where the asteroid belt is today. Pluto has an iron-like density, which suggests that the planet should look something like a metal ball about half the size of the Earth. The disorder can be explained by the fact if Pluto is the core of the MALDEK planet, and that if the planet has exploded, some parts must have been fired in the solar system. The meteorites now seen around the solar system may be part of the explosion, and the comets may have been composed of gas and dust from this planet. This happened 500,000 years ago, when the solar system was very young. Interestingly, some scientists have theories that the moon was located in Earth's orbit 500,000 years ago. They think that the planet's crust, which we call MALDEK, were asteroids with Pluto at its core. Phobos and Deimos are said to be artificial moons on Mars. After MALDEK exploded, they were built by the Martians and placed into orbit to stabilize Mars in their orbits and keep it in the solar system. According to a group of researchers, the war in paradise described in the Bible was a nuclear war on Mars that destroyed life on the Red Planet. Great destruction in paradise has been mentioned in the Old Testament of the Bible, but many now believe it could mean more. Revelation states, "And there was war in heaven, Michael and his angels fought with the dragon," and in another part of Revelation says, "But he was not strong enough, and they lost their place in heaven." Some theorists believe that this war in the sky took place on Mars, destroying the civilization on the Red Planet. In his book Death on Mars, Dr. John Brandenburg, a plasma scientist, says that the nuclear isotopes on the Red Planet resemble those of hydrogen bombs on Earth, and that Martian civilization seems to have been destroyed by an unknown source. According to researchers and theorists, this war is an interplanetary battle that took place between Mars and MALDEK. They say the war took place between humanoids who lived on Mars and reptilians who occupied MALDEK. While MALDEK was completely destroyed, Mars became uninhabitable, forcing the inhabitants of the Red Planet to move to Earth. They then built the two ancient cities and civilizations of Lemuria and Atlantis. Reptiles are said to have been trying to control Mars and exploiting their resources. Extraterrestrials regularly transmitted information about this war to humans through their prophets. According to Dr. Brandenburg, the Earth could suffer a similar fate if we do not learn from the signs of the Martian end hypothesis. The discovery of a dead civilization on Mars and seemingly catastrophic end of which reinforces our understanding of the universe can be a dangerous place, and that we are likely to be destroyed in the same way, Brandenburg wrote in his book. The rebellious inhabitants of MALDEK were destroyed by a nuclear war. They ruined their planetary lives so much that it eventually disintegrated. It is speculated that Pluto is a prison for the most backward and worst inhabitants of MALDEK, given the choice of Pluto as the god of the underworld in mythology and astronomy. MALDEK was a prosperous and green world, and people who had reached a truly advanced culture, but had reached a stage where they had many possibilities. They studied philosophies and scientists like ours, but they were more advanced than us in many ways. The planet was so mechanized that robots took care of all the serious tasks. They had found technology of space travel, and they could control their climate to prevent drought and famine. That said, they were a very selfish race and were seeking to enjoy fleeting pleasures like most people here on planet Earth today. Despite their advanced intelligence, they tended to be wicked and disregardful of God. They allowed their instincts to rule them, though they did not fight among themselves. In fact, the Earth is the only place where its inhabitants are at war with each other. The inhabitants of Pluto and their remnants are dangerous creatures, and any action that harms people on Earth can be attributed to them. The only reason they do not harm the other inhabitants of the solar system is because they know that other beings have evolved and that any attempt to conquer them will be fatal. In fact, their destiny is sealed. So there we have a motive for Pluto's people to try to conquer Earth. They are looking for a safe haven on one of the inner planets of the solar system. And finally, I shall refer to this content from the book of Isaiah. Isaiah refers to Lucifer, which shows that he is not the source of the Earth, but on another planet in the solar system. The prophet Isaiah wrote,
"How did you fall from heaven, O Lucifer? How did you come to earth and weaken the nations?"
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, all about MALDEK. If you want to learn more about all that kind of thing, you can visit Fact by going to Twitter and typing in Discover Truth 00, or you can find him on Telegram, YouTube, Instagram by typing in Fact 5D. If you want to know more about what I do and what I get up to, you can visit me on Twitter by typing in on Twitter @MUGGZIE4, or on Telegram it is @MUGGZIE, MUGGZIE. Once again, thanks for listening, and as always folks, be excellent to each other, always. Peace.